day just keeps getting better and better. Oh, I don't have any fuel pressure. Fuel pump went out. Yep. And I know it's the fuel pump because I've already went back there and checked the voltage at the pump, and the pump has voltage. So, damn it. And this ain't a good spot to be changing the pump too, on the side of the freaking highway. The only good thing is I'm kind of on like an on-ramp road to the side, kind of, maybe. Except for when you get a semi-driver that does that. Well, damn it. Here we go. It's cold. Shit, it ain't gonna fix itself. Alright. This sucks. Right on the side of the frickin' highway too. I wish a cop would pull up behind me, just so someone would shield me. Alright. Oh, motherfucker. Alright, let's undo these wires. I can't even feel my fingers anymore. Let's see if I got any plumber's tape. I think I do. Let me look in here. Aha, I do. Sweet. The pump is on and it works, but I need to prime the pump somehow. I can't get my mouth over that to blow on it because my nose is in the way, so I'm thinking I took a water bottle and cut the end off, and maybe I can create a seal. Let me turn the pump on. Damn it! That ain't working. I can't pressurize the tank enough. So I'm thinking maybe if I undo this line right here, the suction line, spray a little lubricant in it. Maybe, just maybe, it'll be enough to create a prime on it. So, I'm going to give it a shot. Oh, alright, after being on the side of the road for like an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, I was expecting like a me some light and a little bit of shelter so I can finish working on the car. We put the new pump in, and Holly, you suck. Well, maybe not that bad, but put that brand new fuel pump in. It didn't work, so I started beating it with a hammer. Actually, not even a hammer, a crescent wrench. But it's running now. It's good. So I'm gonna hit the freaking road. But hey, thanks, Nate.
Yeah, man.
I appreciate it.
Welcome to Memphis.
I'll see you later.
You have a good one.
All right. Here we go. Yes, I'm out of Tennessee. I made it. Oh, man. Oh, man. Yesterday kind of sucked. Between, okay, the coil fell off and that killed the motor. Then the wheel came loose and destroyed the studs and destroyed a 15x7 rally wheel. That sucked. So then I had to put the drag radials on, and then when I put the drag radials on, the top of the quarter panel was eating into the tire, so that was going to kill the tires. So I needed to unbolt the wheels so I can hammer in the wheel lip, or the inner wheel well lip, hammer that in. But then trying to take the wheels back off, those damaged studs, 2 of them would not come off. I mean, I had to break the studs to get the damn wheel off. So then, yeah, fix that. But then when I broke 2 of the studs, 3 of the studs were already halfway worn away. So I couldn't drive around on 3 halfway worn studs and 2 broken ones. So then I stopped at 2 different parts stores and replaced 4 of the studs. And once I got that all done, then the fuel pump decided to take a shit. So luckily I had brought another fuel pump, or I bought one from Mike, the guy that bought the car. There's a brand new pump in the box, so put the pump on, then the pump wouldn't work. So brand new pump. Beat on it a few times, then the pump started working. Luckily it's still working. Well, I don't know, I haven't fired it up this morning yet, so it might not be working anymore, I don't know. So I was on the side of the road for about an hour and a half, 2 hours at midnight in Memphis, Tennessee, which I told was in the bad area by a guy that pulled up behind me. He's like, oh, I'm just going to keep an eye on you. So that sucked. But he was able to give me some light. He finished it. Got about 50 miles, 60 miles, probably a little farther away from Memphis than that. And it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I was tired. Smelled like gas all over me. So Motel 6, here he is. So we're gonna attempt to get back on the road. And what I want to do is I'm wanting to try taking the blower belt off and driving the rest of the way, just so I don't put the abuse on the blower. And it's kind of funny. Every single car I have has like a mascot, kinda. And this morning, a little yellow rubber ducky was next to the car. Coincidence? I don't know. Literally, it was sitting right there on the ground. So now this whole yellow duster has got a yellow ducky. I think it'd be kind of neat to get a little model car blower engine and just glue it to the back of it. So it'd be a blown yellow rubber ducky. Well, I'm probably going to fire it up first, then take the blower belt off, because it's already hard to start when it's cold. So if I take the blower belt off and then try and do this, it might be even worse. So I'm going to try that. Get it up to temperature, then pull the blower belt off, see what happens. Can't hurt anything, so here it goes. Go through the hood process, or taking the hood off anyways. Got my bitch mittens on. It's still cold. Not as cold as it was last night though. This has not gotten any worse than what it was, all that oil spray. It's still exactly how it was before, and that's exactly how it was before. It hasn't gotten worse. So I know it's not puking oil out of the front seal like it was before, because it had these on, and it had these the exhaust, they're supposed to pull a vacuum on the crankcase with these. They're tied in the exhaust with a one-way check valve, which in theory, yeah, they would work, but not on a car with mufflers. So pulled those off, put regular breathers on, and you can see there's no oil around the breather. See, no oil. Well, got a little bit, just a tiny incy bit right there. So yeah, what it was doing is it was pressurizing the damn crankcase. So yeah, those are removed. So it's liking it much better now. Oh yeah, that loosened up a little bit, huh? So let's just go ahead and try taking this belt off. See if it'll run without the belt. Drive the rest of the way without the blower belt. Put less stress on the blower. But you can see it runs fine without it. I've done this before. So that way it doesn't spin the blower as hard. Try and put it'll save us 1,400 miles of use on the blower. And it'll rotate. It's fine. So I'll drive the rest of the way like this. Well, I know we don't need this right now. Let's see how well it drives, huh? Yeah, it seems to be driving fine without the blower. Obviously a lot less power. So the blower is making some boost. Well, I can't remember what all I recorded yesterday or what I said, so I'm just going to start from the beginning. So, yesterday driving through Dallas, the fuel pump quit on me twice, so I had to crawl under the car, beat on the fuel pump with the crescent wrench, in traffic, downtown, jump out the passenger side, run under, pow, 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 get the fuel pump to work again, okay, hit the road. Alright, after the fuel pump got working, I got a little pissy and mashed the throttle a few times and fried the clutch, which... hell, it made no difference if it fried. Actually, I'm glad it fried here because at least my cousin lived here in Haltom City. So, you know, I limped it here and parked it. And I was like, well, shit. You know, am I going to be able to make it to zip tie drags? And I was like, no. Well, I bought an OEM clutch from AutoZone. I was like, well, I'll just slap a stock clutch in it and send it.
But then I hit up Freiburger and asked if he knew a shop that could help me do a clutch. And he said, yeah, there's an Emily Reeves in South Dallas. I was like, oh, okay, sweet. So then I looked up, I didn't know there was a Summit here in Texas as well, in Arlington. So hit up Summit. They got the clutch I need, the twin disc McLeod, all that, happy stuff. So I was like, well, shit, I can get the correct clutch I need, so then I can still race this sucker. Because this thing hauls ass. I got the carburetors a little dialed in better. This thing moves. So obviously we'll fry the clutch. So we're gonna go to Arlington. Or no, we're gonna go to U-Haul, go get a tow dolly. Then we're gonna go to Arlington, stop by Summit, grab the clutch. Then we're gonna head to Emily Reed's shop and get the sucker back on the road. So, alrighty guys, I'll holler at you later. We're going to. I'm kind of hungry too. But let's go get some shit done. So I'll holler at you guys later. Alright, we're here in Flying Sparks Garage. Adam and Emily have graciously let me use their lift so we can put a new clutch in this old girl. So we're tearing it apart now. Having to basically just break bolts because it's an East Coast car. It's an East Coast thing. So not enough heat to where I can take them apart. So there's a hardware store locally, so we're just snapping bolts, getting the exhaust off, pulling the drive shaft apart now. Emily and Adam, they actually went to go get food, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they went to go get food. They're actually bringing us back pizza. So I'm just gonna stay here and try and slam this thing out. When they get back, I'll do some more recording. But I'll put this thing on real quick just to try and get some of it. But it'll just be highlights. So well, I'm gonna get to it. Get the drive shaft off real quick. There's a fuel pump that's been giving me hell. Ugh. That thing probably ain't gonna have a sticker on it no more. How many times I have to beat that thing to keep it working? So you can see my my help is over there.
I'm good help too.
You're supervising, right?
There you go. Right.
You're like a Walter Jr. You gotta take your smoke break every 10 minutes.
Walter Jr.
Yeah, Walter's the guy that helps me out in Vegas.
Oh, right. Well, I'm a smoker. Gotta have a cigarette.
Alright, so I know one problem I had with this drive shaft, because I put this gear in here when I was still at Mike's place, the 276 gear. We took a 391 out. I know one problem I have is this drive shaft is just like a 1/4 inch too long, so we have to lift the rear end up a little bit to actually pull the rear end back, just so I can pull the drive shaft out. So let me go ahead and finish getting this thing out real quick. And so we just gotta. Oh, you know what? This might not work. Yeah, because we're just lifting the car off the lift, ain't we?
No, you're not.
Yeah, we is.
Yeah, you are. Okay. I take that back.
I might be able to get that out of there. There we go. All right. And that's that. Oh crap! Crap!
What'd you do?
Grab a drain pan or something. Do they have one somewhere? Or you know what? Let's stick that drive shaft back in here until we get it ready to come out. You gotta stick it up through here.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a very. Oh, get in there. That's not a very NHRA legal drive shaft loop. They cut the top of it off.
Do you think they mind if we use the trash can?
No, go ahead, yeah. Well, I'm not going to tell the officials at Zip Tie Drags about that. They'll have to find that one themselves. Dang it, I just had that 9/16 wrench.
Yeah, you did.
I do, it's right here. Alright. We're going to have to go from this side.
Ooh, here we go. It ain't gonna fall. Here, you wanna get that?
Do I want to? Hell no. Told you don't pay me enough.
But you get to be in my presence.
You sure is funny.
Take the. I like how we have this block notched out. That works perfect for that flywheel. It's almost like it's what it was intended for. All right, now we can drop that crossmember down. So we need a pry bar. Get this guy out the way. Now we can drop that transmission down a little bit and get to the bell housing bolts. A little bit of extension as they would go through the top of it. This motor won't drop down enough to get it from the side. It's got solid motor mounts on it, and it's got a freaking blower on it, so it's probably hitting the firewall. Or smashing my coil up against the firewall. That's always something to think about too. I see my transmission mounts junk, or my isolator. So we're just gonna lift out, or lift up just slightly and pull back. Ready? Oh, it's a scaly one, huh? You gotta hold it. That's level.
Oh, well.
Bear with me. I got my cousin being the camera guy. He's, I would say rookie, but what's below rookie?
Nah, I ain't commenting on that one.
So yeah, so you see the button on top? That needs to face.
Yeah,
towards,
really?
Towards space. Okay.
Okay, gotcha. All right, do your job there, Goofy.
I'm gonna try and do this without taking this bell housing off. Alright, got that last bolt there. Yeah, it's burnt. Alright, let's see what this thing looks like under here. Ooh, toasty.
Yeah.
That's not a dual friction. Alright, so we bees underneath the blown duster. Got the old clutch out, and it's wasted. But you know what? The disc doesn't look that bad. I mean, this thing wouldn't even hold power in second gear, just trying to accelerate a little bit. I smoked it, but it really doesn't look that bad. But he told me it was a dual friction clutch. This is not a dual friction. So that definitely was going to be doomed. First time I'm mad at the throttle when I put the blower belt on. Flywheel's junk. It's all cracked up. You can see it. This is scorched. But we got a new Ram flywheel going on this thing. Ooh, look at all that pretty shininess. And I got a twin disc McLeod clutch that's going to go back in this sucker. So this will definitely hold the power of this motor. So this thing's rated for, this clutch is rated for 800 horse, and this thing probably makes about 650. So time to put it back in. Alright, got the new Ram flywheel in. Loctited the bolts. Actually, I wouldn't say it's in yet. I'm still tightening it, but at least that's one step. We're not on the teardown stage no more. Now we're on the putting together stage.
Yeah. This is actually going together, going faster than what I was thinking.
Yeah.
When I looked at the bottom of this, like, we're gonna be here till 6.
Well, luckily they let us use the lift.
Yeah.
Well, had to read the directions, but got it all in. I was actually able to do it without taking the bell housing off, which is a big bonus. So, got the flap. Oh.
Of course, this is when it always happens when I start filming. Aaron starts banging on something. That's exactly how it went for you.
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, so I only got a couple nuts left on the pressure plate to tighten up. And then we can stab the transmission back in. You know, when I left, I didn't know if the blower had oil in it because it doesn't have a fill plug on it. And I didn't know if the transmission had oil in it. I was like, well, I made it this far and they haven't seized up, so they got oil in them.
Yay! That's an easy way to tell.
Alright, clickety click. Click click is better than kink kink.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got some good news and I got some bad news for you. The good news is there is some footage from here on. The bad news is I lost probably half of the footage, probably more than half, probably like 3/4 of the footage from when we left Emily's to when I got home. It sucks, but I had three SD cards I was using to film all this. Well, the first one got all used up from the first part of the video, and then I used some of the second one. I would bounce back and forth between the last two SD cards. Well, one of them got corrupted and lost all that footage. So all I have is just a little bit of footage on the other SD card and also what was downloaded to my phone. So that sucks. Oh well. At least I still have a little bit for you from when we left Emily's to zip tie drags, and then from zip tie drags to home. There's just little bits. It sucks because I had I had a great time at zip tie drags, and the car broke down more and more and more, and saw some cool stuff that I videoed, but lost it. Dang it. Alrighty, well, enough bitching and back to what's left of the video. Alright, here you go. So not 15 miles away from Emily's place, the fuel pump went out again, and no matter how many times I beat on it, it would not turn back on. Cousin had to turn around, load me back up on the dolly, and take me back to his place where, in the morning, again, and bought another fuel pump. All right, the Duster is back on the road, getting some fuel. Got a spare gas can in the trunk. Everything is fixed, so now we can finally leave Fort Worth, or our Haltom City, and head straight to the zip tie drags. I got 900 miles to go, and not a long time to get there. So I just want to thank everyone that's helped me, Emily and Adam Reeves and Freiberger, and just to get this car back on the roads. And Summit did help me. I bought the parts, and so definitely an adventure, but time to get back on the road. So this is one of my favorite parts on a car. Start it. Yeah. Of course, train goes by. So catastrophe averted. All it was is one of the lash caps had come off, and the rocker had like 1/8 of an inch of lash to it. So, and pretty much all of them were loose. So I tightened them all up. I'm gonna go ahead and just check the other side. Since I got the tools out and I know this whole side here was loose, I'm just go ahead and pull the other side off and just tighten those up too. So just trying to avoid catastrophe here. But yep. So I'm just going to bolt this one down and pull the other one off. Hey everybody, yeah, the Duster is registered, ready to run. I haven't made a whole lot, sorry about the delays on the videos and everything, but I've been asshole deep and working on this thing, getting it ready. So last night I changed the gear on it. I wanted to double check the valve lash, so I did that. Changed the jetting on the carburetor. Of course, then I had to mingle with some people and met up with Freiberger and everyone. And by the time all that was done, it was like 1 in the morning, and I was done. So I went and got a hotel. And so today, we got everything set. I'm just gonna go run this thing down the track, see what it does. So it's ready to go. Borrowed a helmet and a suit from 2 guys. So jump in this thing and see what it'll do.
Lineup. If you're in the Roadkill Challenge lineup, you need to come to lanes 1 and 2 now. Roadkill Challenge lineup, lanes 1 and 2 now.
I didn't bother changing the gear like I said, so I'm cruising along at old double nickel, getting passed by everything. I should have changed the gear, but I just didn't feel like it. It'll take me like another hour and a half longer to get home, but 2 hours maybe. 3,000 RPM equals 60 miles an hour. This thing, so that's this gear. Oh well, more time to look at the desert scenery.
Banging through the gears.
All right, well, as you saw, I made it to Vegas and we were playing around with it. And while playing around with it, we broke it again. So if you look, there's nothing under there anymore. So what it had done is, while playing with it and having fun with it, we had blown the gasket out of the blower, out of the bottom of the blower. No, it was leaking air out of the top of the gasket on the blower, and we're under the carburetor base plate. So while pulling that off, I found some things I didn't like. So then when I stuck my hand down in here, I felt that, or I felt that the intake port, actually I could see it, that it is not port matched at all, not even remotely close. So I decided, well, shit, I'll just pull the intake off. So I pulled the intake off, and I realized I had to, oh, did I lose you? Oh, there it is. So while pulling the intake off, I realized that trying to port match this, there wasn't enough meat there, so I had to weld the whole top of the runners up all the way around. And then after I pulled the intake off as well, I found that there was no roller cam. So I was told it had a roller cam in it when I bought it. Nothing against the seller, you know, maybe he didn't know, you know, because he had an engine builder build it. So he had a flat tappet cam. This wasn't port matched. It was really crude in here, so we did some more porting, and then I'm gonna port that out. And then we ramped up the boost, so it was 6% overdriven. Now it's 21% overdriven. And we're gonna convert it to E85. So E85, more boost, port matched, roller cam equals more badassness in the blown duster, the Lemonator. That's actually going on right now. Today is what, March 20. January, February, March. Yeah, look at it, March 24th. No, 25th. Today's Monday. So hopefully I will have this guy ready to go to take it on the autocross at the Mopars at the Strip in Las Vegas. Yeah, that's right. I'm not going to drag race it. I'm going to fling this thing around some corners. So put a front sway bar in it, put some Caltrax on it, more powers. We're going to put some regular street tires on it. This thing ain't going to be the fastest one around the autocross track, but it's going to be the one that people remember laying down smoke the whole time. So that's what's going on with the blown duster Lemonator right now. Being fixed as usual. This car doesn't fail to fail. Alrighty, well, there's plenty more videos to come of the Lemonator. I have a whole bunch of skits I want to do with this thing, and we will get the front tires off the ground in this car eventually. So see you guys later, and thanks for watching.